Spoilers for Lies of P, obviously. No matter which ending you get in Lies of P, a scene plays where Giangio, aka Farmer John, is taking a call on a train on his way out of Krot, sounding much better despite telling P he had the petrification disease. The scene also introduces Dorothy's legs and sets up a possible Wizard of Oz future game, DLC, or sequel. Let's break it down and see what we can pull out of it. He gives a report to the lady on the phone, referring to Krot as an experiment, which is fun. It seems like they were not fully involved in Simon's plan, but they may have just enabled it, or were aware, and wanted to see what happened. Simon's main motivation seemed to be trust and daddy issues, and Giangio was very hands-off. Are they part of a different sect of alchemists, or are we going to get tangled further in the web of esotericism of alchemy, Gnosticism, and Freemasonry? They definitely don't seem to be good guys either way. The lady on the phone calls him by a different name than what we know him by. Paracelsus. A quick Google search brings up this guy, a real-life alchemist with like a dozen names, but Lies of P chose the one that makes me giggle like a little boy when he signs his letter with his initials. Philippus Paracelsus, who I will now be calling PP. One of the things the real-life PP is known for is the dose makes the poison outlook on medicine. Even quoted as saying, "All things are poison, and nothing is without poison. The dosage alone makes it so a thing is not a poison," which is almost line for line something the game PP says. Another relevant search brings up another, maybe more interesting result. Part of the real name of Button-Bright from the Oz books is Paracelsus. An intriguing mention on the Wikipedia page is a non-canon connection to Glinda. We're already playing fast and loose with the books by giving Dorothy ruby slippers instead of silver, so will they be connected in this story as well? It's a leap, but is the good witch going to be a baddie? Is PP also BB? They acknowledge the now living puppets as a new type of human, and the lady on the phone notes that there are many forms of eternal life. This seems to imply their objective is to find others who have achieved immortality. PP suggests they keep an eye on the situation before the lady says, "We'll need to get his arm back anyway." To me, it's pretty clear they're talking about the arm of God. PP announces he is returning, but also mentions that when he gets back, he will find Dorothy. To me, this implies their HQ is a place where one might expect to find her. I think the obvious answer is Oz, but a small part of me thinks it would be hilarious if it was just regular-ass rural Kansas. Dorothy is mentioned as being another key, but a key to what? It's unclear right now, but if I had to guess, it's either eternal life adjacent, or has to do with waking up the sleeping arm of God god. A copy of The Wizard of Oz can be seen on the table, which has some interesting ramifications in the Lies of P universe. Combined with the pretty much Pinocchio book found in Krot Hotel, that was Carlo's favorite story, things start getting all meta and weird when you think about it too much. There's definitely not enough information right now to figure out what these books existing means, but my best guess is they were kind of manifested by the sleeping god, and that PP's organization has figured out that if you follow people who appear to be the subjects of the books in real life, it eventually leads to the creation of a new Eternal. The experiment of Krot just being watch it unfold to see if that would be the case. This is massively speculative, as I pretty well just pulled that theory from a line in one of those Trinity clauses that says, "The end of the path of stars will lead to a great eternal life," taking stars to be the main character, with the eternal life going to someone, not necessarily the MC at the end. An even less supported prediction I just want to put out there is PP is one of these, and he was someone else he shares initials with, Peter Pan. The clip ends with Dorothy walking across what appears to be the roof of Krot Central Station and clicking her heels 3 times. I assume the heels work similar to the stories and allow her to teleport, which would explain why PP is having such a hard time finding her. DLC is confirmed coming for Lies of P, but I don't think that this is what that scene is hinting at. It's probably up to the money men, but honestly, unless the DLC is huge, it would be a pretty big letdown for Oz not to be a sequel or a spin-off. There's just so much material to play with there. Maybe it will be DLC and another game. Who knows? A spin-off with us playing as Dorothy murdering our way through Oz would be awesome, but a direct sequel playing as P again has some interesting prospects. The Tin Man is the obvious choice for P to stand in as in Dorothy's Off to See the Wizard gang. I wonder if other characters would pull double duty for the Scarecrow and Cowardly Lion. Going based on looks alone, the Beast would be a good fit for the Cowardly Lion. We already have a Belle, so it would make sense for him to make an appearance. On the needing courage side of it, Ichabod Crane from Sleepy Hollow sticks out to me in the literal sense. Or maybe Peter Pan if we say he needs the courage to grow up. For the Scarecrow who needs brains, I think Alice or the Mad Hatter fit really well. And a long shot being Pee-Pee if he is indeed Button-Bright. Part of his story is needing to go to the Truth Pond to regain his head. A roadmap has been announced to come out soon, so that should give us some answers about what's next. But until then, I'm just having fun speculating. Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments.